So last week I did a vlog about Pokemon Go and why I think it's important for Christians especially to download Pokemon Go and engage with the culture. Even though the game's relatively simple, there's a lot to learn about what you should do and what you shouldn't do when it comes to playing Pokemon Go. I've seen a ton of YouTube videos about people that are playing Pokemon Go and doing it on YouTube so that you guys can learn, but even all of them are making the same mistakes that I'm about to list in today's video. I think there will be a lot of unique information in today's video, but there also will be stuff that I'm sure you have heard. So either way, you'll take something from it and you'll be able to share something with other Pokemon trainers that you meet out in the field. And if you stick around to the end of the video, then you'll see whether or not I'm able to make it from the beginning of level 21 to level 22 with 75,000 XP, and you'll be able to see what comes out of the 6 eggs that I'm hatching all today. So the first mistake that almost all Pokemon trainers make is using your Stardust before level 30. I don't think I'm exaggerating with this one. Stardust is probably the most valuable commodity when it comes to Pokemon Go. You can't buy it, there's no limit to how much you can store, and it has a direct effect on how powerful your Pokemon are. Now, at level 10, 15, whatever level you are, very few people are level 30 right now, I guarantee you that if you've used your Stardust, the Pokemon that you are investing your Stardust in, you're not going to be using later on when you hit level 20, 25, 30, because eventually they're going to be obsolete. The thing about Pokemon Go is the Pokemon that you are able to catch is directly dependent upon what your trainer level is. So the Pokemon that you're catching right now are nowhere near as strong as the Pokemon that you're going to be catching when you hit 5 or 10 levels farther than where you are now. And it's harder to catch Pokemon later. Later on, they may not necessarily run away as often, but it will take more Pokeballs to catch them because they're stronger and it takes more to be able to catch them. Meaning that later on, Stardust is going to be harder to come by. So what you want to do is save your Stardust up until you hit level 30, and then you'll be able to invest all of your hard-earned Stardust on Pokemon that you'll actually be using later on in the game. Some of you may know that the maximum level right now is level 40, so why are we holding off until level 30 before we use our Stardust? Well, through some research in the game and some data mining that some people have done on the Pokemon Go coding, what we've discovered is that when you hit level 30, you can catch max level Pokemon, which means that the highest level of Pokemon that you'll be catching will happen between level 30 and 40. You won't catch anything stronger after you hit level 30. Which means you can start investing your Stardust in Pokemon that you'll actually be using, and it'll increase you won't waste it, basically. You won't waste your Stardust on Pokemon that you're just going to throw away later on. The second big mistake that almost all Pokemon Go trainers are making today is wasting your money on lure modules and incense. I think probably one of the more popular purchases right now is lure modules because you can just put them on a Pokestop and people just come to you. And that's kind of cool for meeting people and stuff like that. So in that way, I guess lure modules aren't like that big of a waste of money. But the thing is, everybody is buying these things right now because they think that they can just get Pokemon to come to them. The thing about these items is, it only makes Pokemon spawn every like 2 to 5 minutes. And when they do spawn, they're usually weak common Pokemon like Pidgeys or Caterpies or Weedles or Rattatas, stuff that everybody is seeing all the time. Because they're such popular purchases, honestly you could just go find a Pokestop on your map that has a lure module on it and just hang out there for a while to use something that somebody else paid for. And you can still meet people in the process. If you are going to spend money on the game, which you don't have to do at all, but if you are going to spend money on it, what you should be investing in is Lucky Eggs. Lucky Eggs are the item that help increase your trainer level, and it should be the focus of your game. You should be focusing on increasing your trainer level so that you can catch stronger Pokemon and be better in the pool of Pokemon trainers that are out there. The third biggest mistake that almost all Pokemon Go trainers are making today is using your blue incubators to hatch your eggs. As you probably already know, part of the game is you have to walk a certain distance in order to hatch your eggs and get new Pokemon from them. But you shouldn't be using your blue incubators, which are the temporary ones that break after 3 times of use. The reason for that is because they're temporary, and at the point where you're not getting the most out of your product, that's when you're wasting it. And the way that you can get the most use out of it is by hatching all of your eggs all at the same time using the blue incubators and having a lucky egg active at the same time. The reason for that is because a lot of the times when we hatch eggs, we get new Pokemon from them. And if we have a lucky egg active, then when we hatch our Pokemon, we get double the experience on top of the new Pokemon that we're able to discover. So you should always be using your orange incubator, that's the infinite one, to hatch your eggs, because then you can keep bringing in new eggs and it's efficient. But with the blue incubators, they only have 3 times. So if you're using them just to hatch your eggs and get new Pokemon, you're not getting the most out of that incubator. What you should be doing is you should have a lucky egg active whenever you use your blue one, and you can hatch multiple ones all at the same time. That way, you can get more experience out of it. For reasons that are totally expected, lucky eggs are probably the most underrated item in the game right now, because people want to just catch Pokemon, and that's what draws the incense and the lure modules to a popular item. But lucky eggs are actually the best item in the game because they allow you to double the experience and increase your trainer level even faster, which means that you can catch stronger Pokemon quicker. That brings me to the 4th big mistake that almost every Pokemon trainer makes, which is discovering new Pokemon that you can eventually evolve later. A lot of you will get really excited when you see a wild Charizard out there and you try and hunt that down, or when you start seeing a wild Rapidash or a wild Rhydon. These are all Pokemon that I have ignored for this very reason. Catching new Pokemon is really cool, but the thing is, new Pokemon give you a lot of experience. I think it's 500 bonus experience, or is it 600? 500? Okay. You get 500 bonus experience for discovering a new Pokemon, which can be doubled if you have a lucky egg active. Now, if you come across a rare Pokemon that you're probably never going to catch otherwise, then I think you should definitely go for that one. But if a wild Pokemon comes around that you're ready to evolve into, that you're going to end up getting anyways, you might as well get the most out of it and evolve it when you have a lucky egg active, because you're going to get an explosion of experience because of evolving it into a new Pokemon instead of catching it when you don't have it. Let me explain what I mean by that. By evolving a Pokemon, you get 500 experience for that alone. By discovering a new Pokemon, you get an additional 500 experience. Now, you can do that all on its own and just get the 1,000 experience, or you could do it when a lucky egg is active and get 2,000 experience just by waiting patiently until you can evolve the Pokemon on your own. That brings me to the 5th big mistake that almost every Pokemon Go trainer is making today, which is evolving your Pokemon. Now, eventually you have to evolve your Pokemon at some point, and I know it sounds like I'm contradicting the last point, but let me explain what I mean. You should save all of your evolutions for one point. You should save all of your evolutions for the point when you activate the lucky egg and you can evolve them all within that 30-minute period. That's the point where you're going to get the most out of your evolutions. If you evolve it on its own, sure, you'll get the regular amount of experience, sure, you'll get the new Pokemon, and you'll get stronger Pokemon that way. But that's all going to happen anyways. If you do it while the lucky egg is active, then you get twice as much experience as you would have before. Within the 30-minute period, you're able to jump 2 to 3 levels. I don't know, it depends on what level you are. But the point is, you should be focusing on experience anyways. So, save all of your evolutions for the point in which you're going to activate the lucky egg, because that's the way to play the game. By focusing on experience and saving all of your evolutions for 1 point. If you haven't noticed already, you'll notice a pattern here that you should be saving everything you do for the lucky egg. Your evolutions, you should be saving discovering new Pokemon, you should be saving your lucky eggs, or no, the eggs that you'll be hatching. You should save everything for when you activate the lucky egg. That way, you get twice as much as what everybody else is getting. So, you'll be way ahead of the game by saving everything for that point. And you'll be in a much better position than everybody else because you will be a higher trainer level and you'll be able to catch higher level Pokemon than everybody else. Finally, the last mistake that everybody seems to be making right now is focusing on playing the game rather than bringing everybody together with the game. Everybody's on this hype about like, yeah, Team Mystic, Team Valor, we're the best, we're the better one than everybody else, and we're gonna dominate just everybody. Like, the teams are cool because they allow us to, get something to fight for and a goal to, like, strive for, which is cool and everything, but don't get into fights, don't put other people down, don't get into a situation where somebody else is being hurt because of some arbitrary color that you chose in the beginning of a game, and like that's some kind of religious obligation for you to go and fight other people. So those are the biggest mistakes that I think most Pokemon Go trainers are committing today. Now, let's go see what I get from my eggs and if I'm able to make it up to the next level within 30 minutes. Alright, so now I'm about to do a bunch of evolutions. I'm going to hatch 6 eggs and try and get to level 22 in less than 30 minutes. Okay. Lucky egg is active, and now I have 30 minutes to upgrade. The highest one that I'm going to upgrade is a Ponyta. I ignored a 900 CP Rapidash so that I could make this evolution. So let's see, it was 765. Let's see what the CP is going to end up being. Okay, he's just covering the 1125. That's not quite what I was expecting, but that's okay. Why is it doing this? 1632. I have a new highest Pokemon. And now the Rhyhorn. This one I've been looking forward to a lot because I ignored a 990 CP Rhydon so that I could make this evolution. Needs to get out of the way. 1260. Not terrible. Okay. Alright, here we go. The most exciting part of this video is coming up soon. 6 eggs hatching all at one time. I'm almost done with my evolutions, but the eggs are what I'm really looking forward to. Because I've got 6 eggs hatching all at the same time. 4 of them are 10k eggs, and 2 of them are 5k eggs. So I'm expecting that even if I get a Weedle out of like 2 of them, I'm still expecting something exciting to come out of it. Here we go. The egg hatching begins well within the lucky egg, and the first one is, okay, an Omanite. I have a bunch of those, but it's nice that I hatched one out of an egg because now I get a ton of candies out of it, and it's 630 CP. You can't even see that. Here we go. Next egg. And it is... Hey, I don't have one of those yet. Alright. I got a Hitmonchan. Next egg. Alright, a Magnemite. I have one of those. I did find one in a parking lot somewhere, but they are hard to find as the only one that I found. 501, that is a lot better than the other one that I had. Incoming next egg. Here we go. A Jinx. That's actually really disappointing because I already have a ton of Jinx and I'm so over them. But it's okay because we still have a few more eggs to go. I think 2. I'm really hoping for a Shelder. An Eevee. I can evolve another Eevee, which is cool because of that hatch, but come on, give me something good. A Porygon. Okay, I don't have one of those yet. Really cool looking little guy. I'll get some extra experience from that. And 935, that's pretty solid. Alright, the lucky egg has run out. And in a matter of 30 minutes, I have managed to acquire 60,000 experience points, which is really close to what I wanted to hit, but not quite there. It was nice because I did get a lot of boost from discovering a lot of Pokemon, and I made a lot of progress. Keep playing Pokemon Go. I hope this video was helpful for you all. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Maybe I might do more Pokemon Go videos in the future. Remember the mistakes that I showed, and I hope that you are able to benefit from them. That's all I have for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.